Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for May 9th, 2019. Today we're looking at the NZDUSD New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. As we go back in time, and I think really at this point we have to go back in time to see what's happening back in history to try to determine what the market's going to do over here on the right hand side. And I'm looking back here where these red circles are, and when the market got underneath the blue shaded area, which is right around 0.6605, 6690, a couple of times getting underneath there. It went down to the green zone, a little bit lower. Even right here, I'll put another circle right about right here. Right here with this black circle is, you can see the market between the blue and the green zone. That's about where we are right now. We're underneath the blue zone. Yesterday we saw the market challenge all the way down to the green zone. So we're in this area, and so this becomes our area of decision. The blue zone being our resistance, the green zone being our support. If we're going to be selling in the direction of the trend, then most likely, historically, we would want to do that as close as possible to the blue zone. If we wanted to look for buying counter trend, which again, the trend is down, the black trend line shows us that. If we're going to look for counter trend, we would probably want to do it closer to the green zone or getting back above that blue zone, and probably at this point back above the black trend line. So that's a little bit of history around this blue and green shade area. We zoom it in a little bit, and you can see over the past several weeks the New Zealand dollar has been clearly in a downtrend, been pushing lower. We saw a spike lower a couple of days ago or yesterday as the market had news, as New Zealand had some news causing it to spike lower, and then a rapid return back higher again. But I think it's very interesting that today's candle opening so far underneath the 66 level, 0.66, 6590, the bottom of the blue zone, this last support right here. I think it's interesting that we're underneath it. And first, that would discourage me from being a buyer. I don't think buying right now under that blue zone makes a whole lot of sense. It would probably have to turn around and get back above that blue zone before I would consider a long shot here for the New Zealand dollar. So right now, there's no real option for buying this, but looking for the breakout setup might be our best opportunity here. The breakout setup getting under the blue zone, maybe a retest back to 65.90, 595, maybe 0.66, and then a short back down to the green zone as our next support. A couple of things that are interesting about the current market. One thing we've been studying in the trade room is the US dollar, and take a look at the dollar index. This is the dollar futures index chart. If you look down here at the bottom, it says US dollar futures. Look at this week, 1, 2, 3, 4 days, just kind of stuck up underneath 97.40, and really not a whole lot happening here for the dollar. We haven't had a significant uptrend. We haven't had a significant downtrend this week. It's really just been kind of sleepy on the U.S. dollar. That is really confirmed by looking at pairs like the euro dollar, just kind of sleepy in here between the blue and the pink shaded area. We could see the dollar franc kind of just waffling around and nothing really exciting happening here. So pairs like the euro dollar, the dollar franc, the dollar index, really just not giving us a whole lot of confidence in volume and momentum right now for the New Zealand dollar or the US dollar. So definitely relying somewhat on New Zealand to make a move. And obviously we had the news yesterday that drove it down here at the bottom. So looking for that breakout setup, I think, is the best option here for us today. 4-hour time frame gives us a little bit more of a detailed view of that. As we can see, we are clearly underneath here. There's this news spike yesterday and the rapid reversal. So the question is, are buyers trying to take back control, or are the sellers going to take control of this currency pair again? Under the blue zone, I just don't think buying makes a whole lot of sense. It would have to get back above the blue zone for this to become a buy. Low risk, high reward. We would want to bump its head into the blue zone, better risk reward. Targets back down to the green zone. Stop loss at this point would be above the blue zone if we get the opportunity to take the short on the New Zealand dollar today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.